We're out here with the cats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That one don't like head pats. We're trying to collect some pollen off this little fellow here.
And you want to tell them what you got there, putting it on?
Just a piece of cardboard with some black electrical tape on it.
And you just kind of touch that to the open blooms. And it'll just kind of...
If there's any pollen, it'll just...
Get on it. Let's see if I can get on closer so you can see. Look at that little tiny bloom and that little teensy weensy pepper.
Not really seeing much.
Now, sometimes they say those don't have seed in them all the time.
This is better genetics. Every one of these I've pulled had seed in it. This is from my buddy up in Canada. These genetics, much healthier.
Oh yeah, I remember the first ones we got. Whew, that was a struggle. First ones we did weren't those.
So I don't know if I got any new pollen on this. This has a lot of old pollen on it.
Let's see. See there?
That way you get an idea what it looks like. So
now some people use like black sunglass, you know, the glass out of it.
Something so you can.
We actually done that one time. Oh my God, look how cute that pepper is there. Yeah, I'll show you that while he's doing what he's doing here.
So now,
giving him his supplies.
And you got pollen.
I got the pollen. Stored in a container.
Now cats, I ain't out here to pet you.
I know.
You came over here on your own.
They want to get in the way. They say, we want to be a part of this. Okay.
First steps, we got to find a good flower. Most of these are open. You don't want an open flower.
Nope. You got a good fat one right over here. Right there's a pretty fat one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one there. It ain't open yet.
I see another one. No, it's smaller. That's the fattest one I see. Nice plump.
So this is one of our crosses. This is an F1. It's going to change regardless. But in the case of this, we're hunting for specific traits off the offspring. And that's what a lot of growers do. They don't just cross to cross, they have a purpose. So I'm just tearing off the petals. We don't need those.
Let's see if I can get where they can see. Yep, the little white petals without hurting what's inside. You don't want to do that.
The petals are off. You can see the anthers, and then the, I'm pretty certain they call it pistil, the stamens.
Right in the center.
In the center. The anthers give pollen, and the pistil or stigma, I think that's the name of it, stigma or stiga, I can't remember them. Not real good. It takes the pollen.
Yeah.
So this is what they call a perfect flower. It's why your pepper plants can reproduce over and over and over, your heirlooms, and they stay true because they got male and female right in the same flower. So now we're pulling off them anthers. We don't want those. They will just pollinate the plant.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get where they can see.
Oh, that flower come off. It happens.
Yeah, it does. Okay, that does happen. I've done a lot of this back years ago myself. And then me and him done some together, and I'd lose several flowers too. Yeah. Okay, now he's going straight for the anthers.
That one come off too.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Okay.
It happens.
Okay. I don't see anymore.
Yeah, they're all coming off. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't get that. Maybe it's got to do with how dry. Okay, let me look at this one. See if we see any on this one. Right here's one. I found one on this plant. If you want to try it.
So, as you can see, this here, that's an anther.
It kind of looks gray looking or blue looking.
Yep.
Sort of.
They're all around the inside of these petals, and in the center of the petals is the female part of the flower. It's right there.
Yep.
Just like, looks like a little cylinder.
Yep.
That's the female part. And obviously you gotta be really careful, not just for them coming off, but if you snip that female part, that's it, that flower's done.
That's it.
And boy, let me tell you, it feels like 99 degrees.
Oh
right
yeah.
now. So,
Yeah, it's really hot.
I guess we're done on that one.
We've got one right here.
Until it gets a new
There's
flower.
one right there I've noticed, a bloom, and there's another one right there on top. Right here's a big one.
So, here's what kind of pep resistance for one.
Yep.
Kind of funny
Oh,
looking.
I wish we hadn't lost them on that one.
So,
That's all of them, ain't it? Well, dang. Okay.
so you go.
Okay. There it is. Now see, he took off the petals, the anthers, and there is your little piston or
Pistol here.
stigma, whatever you call it.
So now what we do
Is well, first off, I think he's got to get his baggie ready.
Yeah.
So he just uses these little bags from
Yep, your little
Wally World.
the smallest
Walmart.
bags I can get at the local store. You may have to fight your local drug dealers, depending on where you live, for them, because they love them. Every time I go to Walmart, they're all
Can't
gone.
find them, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's the
people see
truth.
them in your cart and they think you're dealing.
Yeah, we can't find them very often, but they work really well for
So
all kinds of things.
a lot of people use them
Seed
for
packet.
beads. So.
Yeah, beads, and some people put seeds in them.
So what we're going to write on this is up at the top, we're going to write, for me now, don't write this on yours if you're following along, but for me, the pollen or the male plant is a candlelight mutant. So I'm putting it at the top, candlelight mutant, and I'm going to put pollen. Then I'm going to put X, and I'm going to put this as the bottom.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to write the long ass name for this. So
No.
I'm just going to write it. It's one of our
Yeah.
F1s.
He knows how to keep up. He keeps up
I got a
with that
map
more
of
than
this.
yeah.
So.
It's fun to cross them though. We've had a lot of fun with it, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because we had some that this year would have been a lot further along with them, but they died on us, so next year we have to start it again. But yeah, and eventually, we'll have something. So we'll just have to wait and see. What? Right? Okay. Now, he's got his bag, as you can see.
So here's what the bag says, if you can see it.
Barely. Okay, yeah.
So now, what we gotta do is we gotta take our pollen, which we've keeping it in this container here. Take that.
Okay. Now I'm gonna get down here where hopefully everyone can see the process. I'm gonna zoom you in.
See
So
it right
hopefully
there? And
I've
then
got
you
it
just
zoomed
take
in.
that and you very gently
Now do it gently, because you'll break it off if you don't.
rub it all over that pollen.
Okay.
And now, put the pollen back in its container. And I put this bag over it, and then I leave it. And if it makes, it makes. And if it don't, then it dies, it dies.
Yep. If it makes, we'll have a pepper growing in this bag.
Yep. And then we can zip tie it and take the bag off.
Yep.
And
You have to be gentle with that too, because that will break it off too. So we just kind of There you go. So, hope you enjoyed this. And me and my son, our little tart garden.
There's a purple reaper.
Oh my goodness.
It's got a little one on it.
Ooh.
They're just now starting to flower.
But we'll come back with more.